We're talking about what's happening in the 731 on the Hub City Now with your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr.
Hello and welcome to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. And today we have with us the executive director of the Dream Center, Gail Gustafson.
Is that? Or Gustafson, if you're from the South.
Gustafson, okay.
Either one.
And we also have the assistant director, Pamela Styles. Thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you for having us, Tony.
Tell us about the Dream Center. What is the Dream Center?
It's an incredible place. It's an emergency shelter and transitional housing for women and women with children. We house them, clothe them, feed them, help them to find jobs, and help them to further their education.
Okay. And what is the criteria of what kind of circumstances do they have to be in for you all to provide assistance?
Our ladies come from all different circumstances, from addiction to abuse, just a loss of income. Mm-hmm. They just have to have the desire to want to change their life. Okay. Because it's definitely a hand up and not a hand out.
Okay. And how long have you been the executive director?
Since 2008.
Okay. And how did you get involved?
Well, I started serving on the board in 2005.
Okay.
And our directors in 2008, Miss Diane got sick. And so we started looking for a director, and they asked me if I would take the position.
Okay. And how has that been for you?
I love it. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
And Gail, how did you get involved with Dream Center?
Well, that was Gail.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pam.
I was.
People mix us up all the time because we
they're so close, you all.
I came to the Dream Center as a resident in 2011, September 3rd, 2011. I had been a heroin addict for 25 years. When I got to the Dream Center, I was clean. However, I was not mentally clean. And I knew that my life needed to change. I was tired.
Okay.
And the first interview with Gail, she said, we are faith-based, and you will attend chapel, and you will do this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, what have I gotten myself into?
Mm-hmm.
Because although I knew I wanted change, I didn't know what type of change I needed.
Right.
And so when I actually surrendered to Jesus,
mm-hmm.
my life began to change. Mm-hmm. My focus began to change. What I cared about began to change. And I actually started interning there and found myself caring about other people for the first time in my life.
Right.
And wanting to see them succeed. And so I went from there to running a shelter in Dyersburg.
Okay.
And then when the young lady that was the assistant director to Gail got married, she called me to come back.
Wow. How was that for you?
I jumped. Mm-hmm. Because I always knew I wanted to work at the Dream Center in some capacity. So after a year and a half in Dyersburg, I came back.
Mm-hmm.
To work.
That's awesome. And I wanted to save that for the second segment, but things happen on here that you can't control, and that's great. And that alone tells you how important the Dream Center is. Now, earlier this year, you all were facing some circumstances, and those circumstances have changed.
Well, we're still in the midst of, let's put it that way, the building that we've been in since 2003,
mm-hmm.
They actually sold the building to a company out of North Carolina. And we found out at the end of August, 1st of September, that we would have to be moving. And we house about 60 to 65 people all the time.
Right.
And so we started just trying to find housing for these people just as fast as we could. And I don't like doing that because I want them to complete the program. Because that's how they're going to be successful. And but we did find housing for about 43 people, women and children. And praise God, a family came up and they donated us the use of 2 homes. And so we have folks in those 2 homes now. And we're looking to build a building. We're going to hopefully move into an office space over on North Highland. So that should be good.
And how many people do you all believe you will be able to house there?
In our new building?
In your new building.
Oh, probably 75
Okay.
to 100.
And how many people throughout the year do you all usually have?
Oh, well, we keep 365 days a year, 60 to 65 people.
Wow.
So some rotate. Your average day is about 176 days.
Okay. And you said it's not just women; it's women and children. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. What is it like to? I know there are probably people from all different walks of lives with different circumstances. What are some of the circumstances? I know Pam mentioned drug addiction. Any other circumstances that
Domestic
abuse?
92% of the women that come through the Dream Center that fill out an application have suffered some kind of abuse, whether it was physical, mental, emotional, or sexual. And most of the abuse comes in there before they were 18 years old. And a lot of our kids, 14% of the kids that we see in the Dream Center have already been sexually molested.
That's so sad.
It is very sad. It is very sad that we live in a society that has so many issues with that.
Right.
But, the best thing that we're able to help them and give counsel and lead them to Jesus Christ so that they can be renewed and helped.
Right. So we're talking about the Dream Center. How did that name come about?
Well, they sort of looked at different agencies across the United States, and they visited the Dream Center in California when they started, and they liked the way they ran things. And so they sort of modeled themselves after that, only we're just the Dream Center of Jackson. So we're not affiliated with the Dream Center.
I was going to ask you. Okay. But it's modeled after.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk more with Gail and Pamela of the Dream Center. We'll be right back after these messages.
People don't know what to expect, but we never let the critics' perception shadow our vision of men's fashion. We live and breathe what we do. We understand the trends, the fit, your tailoring needs. For over 20 years, we have raised the bar. We are Styles, the future of fashion. A man's style evokes something bigger than just the clothes he wears. It's a statement that this man is in control. It's your introduction before the handshake. Our quest is to bring men's fashion back to its roots. 1141 Van Drive in the Collins. Let us reintroduce you to the suits and accessories of brands you trust, complemented by knowledgeable staff and fine tailoring. Everything a man needs. We are Styles Menswear, the future of fashion. Call 668-6900.
You depend on your tires. Let R&R Tire Express keep you on the road and safe with a complete set of new tires from the brands you trust, starting as low as $16 per week with our pay-as-you-go program. Choose easy payment options, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, and at R&R, complete installation with lifetime rotating balance, flat repair, and 12 months 24-hour roadside assistance is absolutely free. Only at R&R Tire Express.
welcome back to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. We're here again with Gail. Please say your last name for me again.
It's Gustafson.
Gustafson,
Yes.
who is the executive director of the Dream Center, and Pamela Styles, who is the assistant director of the Dream Center. Thank you all for being here again. I want to talk about the services that you all provide. What can you be more specific about what exactly happens in the program?
Absolutely, I would love to. We offer. When I first took over, I noticed that, we have chapel every day, but I noticed that the ladies needed more than that. Okay. There were skills that they needed in everyday life that nobody had ever taught them,
right? Such
as finance and budgeting. You know, how to have a checking account, how to balance a checking account, how to balance your money at the end of the month to make sure you still had money in your budget.
Right.
Parenting. How to be a good parent. If you've never had a parent or a good parent, then you don't know how to be a good parent.
Right.
And so we have two types of parenting class. We have the state parenting class, and then we also have a biblically based parenting program.
Okay.
It's incredible. We have computer classes, which you get a certificate that teaches Excel and Microsoft, and they have to learn how to write a resume. Life skills classes, how to sit in an interview, what to say in an interview,
right?
How to fill out an application.
Right.
You know, if you don't know how to fill out an application, how are you going to get a job?
Exactly.
You know, and then we have our 180 program, which is an incredible program. And 180 is about getting your life back on target through biblical principles. Okay. And it deals with any kind of codependency. Whether you're codependent on other people, whether you're codependent on drugs and alcohol, you may be codependent on your own fears.
Right.
You know, or lack of self-confidence or self-worth. And it deals with what your beliefs are.
Right.
And how to change the behaviors that those beliefs cause. And it's an incredible program. It's a 14-week program, and I've seen more lives changed through that program. Right. Ms. Pam,
I was going to say, Pam, how was it for you going through those programs?
It was incredible. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I was in Jesus. I didn't really know Jesus. And that's what opened the door when I found out who I really was in Jesus Christ. It just opened the door to everything else. And he just started flooding me with more wisdom and more wanting to know more.
Right.
The budgeting class, to actually sit down and keep your receipts and see where your money's going.
Right.
You don't think about it until you see it on paper.
Exactly.
I just did not think about it. And today I've bought 2 cars so far. You know?
Right,
so
right.
and it just changes your life. The Dream Center changed my life. And I love to see the women when they want it and they want to change and they are successful at it. We've had women that go to school and get their degrees and get great jobs.
Right.
And lives are just changed, totally changed. They're not the same person. They don't even look the same from when they walked in the door.
Do you ever get resistance at the beginning?
Yeah.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course. Because they're used to doing things the same way.
Right.
You know, this is the way Mom did it. This is the way Grandma did it. So that's the way it should be done, right?
Right.
Well, no. Because are Grandma and Mom successful?
Right.
You know? Are they living paycheck to paycheck, or do they have money in their account? You know? Do they own their own home, or are they renting? You know? Not that renters aren't successful.
Right.
Because you can be a renter and be successful, but it's about knowing who you are and being successful in all aspects of your life, not just financially, but spiritually and emotionally. Right. You know, those things are just as important as being financially. If your children know that you love them, they are going to be more well-rounded than if you don't even know if you love yourself.
Right.
You know. And our program is about education, education, education. We have tutoring for the children after school. Our kids' grades have gone up 28% in the last 2 years.
Wow.
Because when kids are moved around from place to place, then their grades fall.
Right.
And so to have a home where they feel safe and secure, and people around them love them, I mean, it makes a difference in a child's life to go to school with a clean uniform on,
Right.
you know, with all their supplies that they need. I mean, that makes a kid feel better about going to school.
Right.
And that's what you want.
Right.
And not just that, we provide ladies scholarships to go to West Tennessee Business College. We've had over 11 graduates from West Tennessee Business College in phlebotomy and CNA and EKG.
Wow.
And I'm talking about our girls. They don't just graduate.
Right.
They graduate at the top of the class.
That's awesome.
And one girl in particular came from a life of addiction, and we sent her to school, and she became a phlebotomist. She's now working at Vanderbilt, making $17 an hour.
Wow.
She has her own apartment, taking care of her 3 children, and being a success.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
Right.
You know, this year, you know, she came and she cooked dinner for the whole family. You know, and instead of depending on others.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
Right.
It's the long term.
Right.
It's not what you're going to do and what you got. See, so many people are in survival mode. If I can just get through today, if I've got something to eat today and somewhere to lay down tonight, then I've survived for the day.
Right. Right.
And getting them out of that, it can be very difficult at times.
Right. Right. Now, you all also have a campaign that's going on right now. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh, we do. We have a capital campaign because we want to build a new Dream Center. And we don't want just to build a Dream Center. We want it to be energy efficient. We want to maybe even give energy back to the community.
Right.
And to have a place that we can help more people, that we can do it in a place that's safe and secure. And not that we want to do that. We want to have a building where these ladies can our ladies make items. And when they make something, they get a percentage of that put in their savings account so that they have money when they get out.
Right.
And so we can do more of that and show their self-worth. And not just that, then we want to build houses on there so that they can rent those houses. It's the next step out, and they can still have the services of the Dream Center, and they can still come to classes, and they can still have somebody just come and say, you know, I'm having a tough day. You know, Miss Pam, can you just talk to me for a little while? You know, walk me through this.
Right.
But we need $3.5 million, and we'll take it $1 at a time. However we get it, but we know that that's God's direction, and we know that He's in the building business.
That's right.
And He can do it.
That's
We're so excited to be on your show.
Thank you.
Anywhere that we can let people know what the Dream Center, everybody says the Dream Center is the silent nonprofit because people don't know what we do.
Right.
Because we're so engrossed in what we're doing that we forget to tell other people what we're doing. You know, and we get so involved in these families and their lives and moving them forward to be successes. We have a 68% success rate a year after our program where these women are still doing what they're supposed to be doing.
That's awesome.
And that's unheard of in this day and age.
Right, right. So we're asking, you know what the Dream Center is now. You know who they are. You know how they're helping people. You know who they're helping. And you can help them. When we come back, we're going to tell you more about how you can do that. And we'll be right back after this break.
You depend on on your tires. Let R&R Tire Express keep you on the road and safe with a complete set of new tires from the brands you trust, starting as low as $16 per week with our pay-as-you-go program. Choose easy payment options, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, and at R&R, complete installation with lifetime rotating balance, flat repair, and 12 months 24-hour roadside assistance is absolutely free. Only at R&R Tire Express.
As a former NFL football player, I never thought I would let this happen to me. I knew I had to do something. Thanks to VIP's weight loss and testosterone programs, I'm in the best shape of my life. I feel better, I look better, and live a healthier life.
Hello and welcome back to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. We're back here again with Gail Gustafson.
Good enough.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Who's the executive director of the Dream Center, and Pamela Styles, who's the assistant director. What events do you all hold for the Dream Center?
We have 3 big events every year. And our big events, January 21st, which is always the third Saturday in January, we have our Night in the Caribbean. This will be our 7th year for that.
Okay.
And it's dinner and entertainment and a silent auction and a live auction, and some of the ladies do their testimonies that night. Last year we had Jefferson Starship.
Oh, wow.
And I can't tell you who we're having this year. This is top secret information right now, but we'll be letting you know right away.
Okay.
And then in March, we always have our 5K.
Okay.
And then in October, we have our cardboard boat regatta, where you build a boat out of cardboard and duct tape, and you float across the lake.
I've seen pictures of that. It's
a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And so those are our 3 big major fundraisers. Okay. But we have several fundraisers going on now, like our little dream bracelets from made in Rwanda. Okay. By Stephanie LaFoon's son. And he made those because his little brother was doing a fundraiser for the Dream Center, selling snow cones, and he had a dance party. And his goal at 9 years old is to raise $50,000 for the Dream Center.
Wow.
Ty LaFoon is at $46,962.63.
Wow.
As of today.
Wow. See,
9 years
old. A
old.
9-year-old kid
9 years
is
old.
willing to has enough recognition and heart to do something that's beneficial. Not for himself. He's not trying to buy toys and stuff for himself. He's trying to help people who need help. If a 9-year-old can do it, an adult can do it. You can do it.
That's right. That's right. And he is just, I mean, these are his friends. I mean, his mom and family have been coming there for years, and with Mission Jackson, and so he comes with his mom as she ministers to our kids, and all the kids at the Dream Center are his friends, and he doesn't want to see his friends homeless again.
Right.
So he has just been really on the move, and of course we have Give Tuesday. You can go to Facebook and Give Tuesday, and it's matched by Bill Gates today.
Oh wow!
And so you have till midnight to do that. Okay. And so we'd love to have you do that. You can always go to our website.
Is that every Tuesday?
That's this Tuesday.
Oh, just this Tuesday.
This is Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're just, like I said, the campaign, the capital campaign, we are trying to raise funds. You can go to the website, dreamcenterjackson.com, and give securely there. Anything I'm leaving out, Ms. Pam?
No. Not that I know of.
But again, you can go to dreamcenterjackson.com. You can give there. You can call Gail at 731-512-0095. You can call her on her cell phone. She says 731-613-0741. You can email her at gailg@eplus.net. You can go. You're all on Facebook also.
We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Yes.
Also on their homepage, on one of their on their website, they can always use your prayers, but they can also
Amen.
use your help. They can use your help. Food donations, clothing donations. You can volunteer. If you're a skilled laborer, you can help them out. They still need to move items. Gail said, hey, if you got a truck, you can move. You big, strong, strapping men. And if you're women, you want to help, anybody who wants to help out any way you can. Don't just help out this holiday season, but help out year round, because these women need your help year round. These kids need your help year round. If you know somebody who needs their help, direct them to them. Let them know about the Dream Center of Jackson, because they're doing their job. They're letting people know about who they are and what they're doing, and it's our job to spread the word and let people know and help them out the best that we can, because there are people who need our help. Anything else you all like to say before we close the show?
Pam? No. Just thank you so much for having us.
Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it.
It's awesome. Thank you so much for helping us to get the word out. And really, if you have any questions or anything, just give me a call, 613-0741. Try not to call me after 9 o'clock, okay? Unless it's emergency, or unless you're giving a large amount. Not mine, okay? But we just appreciate the time, and we, like I said, we really could use some help. We have a few more things to move into storage, and we have all the office things to move. Right. And we need to do that. We're supposed to be out of the building by December 1st. Right. And they are, very lenient with us and giving us a little extra time, but we still need to move these things and get it done. And we need help because there's not as many of us as there was at one time. Right. And so we would appreciate it. All right.
Well, I thank you all for tuning in. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Baskerville's Funeral Home, R&R Custom Wheel and Tires, Styles Menswear, and the City of Brownsville. I really urge you all to do whatever you can to help the Dream Center of Jackson. They're doing their job. They're helping others in the name of Christ, which we're supposed to be doing. And it may not take much. It may just take a few hours of your day on the weekend or whatever. Food donation. You going grocery shopping, you're buying $300 worth of groceries. What's $50 more to help them out, or buy supplies or whatever it is. You never know, as I said in the previous show, you never know when it may be your turn and you may need help. You may need somebody to come to your aid. So just check it out, dreamcenterjackson.com. You can make your donations there. You can find out more about the program. You can find out how you can help. You can find the phone numbers. Just spread the word. Let people know. To help others. We really appreciate you watching. We will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in.